What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making his debut on the channel tonight, we have Nova. Yes, indeed, how about that? Nova making his debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi-bob, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Taylor Baltham, and Taylor wanted to see me react to this. It is a single individual by the name of Nova, and I have been specifically requested to react to 3 of Nova's songs. That would be Echo, All the Hollow Souls, and Sociability.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Now, have I heard any of these songs before? No, I have not. There's no possible way I could have heard these songs before. Reason for that, these are all independent artist songs. All 3 of these are from the same artist, and this artist has not actually released these songs to the public, so I get the first listen. In case y'all haven't figured it out yet, Taylor Baltham is the sole artist for the project known as Nova. Taylor wanted my evaluation. He wanted me to listen to these songs and give him honest critique and feedback, and he wanted me to do it on the channel. So we had a discussion, came to an agreement, and here we are. So, and I'm gonna just leave it at that, and we're not gonna discuss that any further. So I'm gonna be doing all 3 of these songs in one go. It's not gonna be super extensive. I have no idea what these songs sound like. They are not available to the public as far as I understand. These were all given to me via private links, and I was asked specifically not to post the links, so I guess in the comments, if you guys are interested and you guys want, to grab these songs, you can maybe leave comments, and maybe Taylor will, see the comments and he'll hook you up. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but in any case, we're going to check out all 3 of these songs. I'm going to give Taylor my honest to God feedback on what I think of this, about all 3 songs, and we're going to go from there. Now, this is not the first time I've been requested to react to an individual's project, an individual's musical project. Some of the projects I've enjoyed, some of them not so much. But no matter what, I'm going to be honest about it.
And that, my friends, is called integrity.
So, and I know that's what Taylor wants. That's what he told me. So, we're going to have some fun with this. We're going to see how this rolls. And you're all going to get a chance to hear what he has to do and what he has to offer. So, we'll see how this is going to run. Let's see, this was, well, obviously there's no poster, and there's no links, and there's no views. So, we're going into this literally blind. So we're going to have a good time, I hope. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original videos will not be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure, because I was specifically told not to, so there it is. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. 6, Nova, Echo. I'm gonna play these in the order, like numeric order. So this is the 6th song on his album, and then there's the 8th, and then I think the 11th. So we're just gonna go them in numerical order. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
if there's going to be a guitar solo anywhere, it's probably going to be here. Okay. I'm going to do something weird here. I'm going to start with the intro. Okay, so Taylor wanted honest feedback, so here we go. The intro. It's a little off balance. I like the keyboard intro. I like that synth lead intro. I like that. You only go through it one time though, as opposed to the rest of the intro where you do the phrase twice. So either double up on the synth and make it twice through the phrase, or cut the other part where you have the guitars and the bass and drums kick in, only do that once. So you do one phrase of keyboard, one phrase of everything else, or 2 phrases of keyboard, 2 phrases of everything else. Balance it out. You definitely want to balance it out. The guitar tone's nice. I like the guitar tone. The bass is good. I like your levels. Your levels are nice. Everything, the mix is really good. You can hear everything clear as day. Maybe consider possibly bringing the drums up just ever so slightly in the mix. Just, I'm talking about maybe like a hair or 2, just ever so slightly, just to kind of give the drums a little more boost. I wouldn't touch the bass and I wouldn't touch the guitar though. I like the groove of the song, the bass and the drums locking in nicely. I like that. It sounds really good. I like it. Maybe consider possibly, this is just me personally, maybe possibly consider giving the guitar a little more twang. Just, again, ever so slightly, just to make it a little easier to separate, and give a little more accent to the attack. Just, like I said, ever so slightly. I don't know, that's just me personally. Vocally, notationally, I like the notational selection. You need to work on the tone, the tone of voice. It is a little nasally, if I'm being honest. It can be a little piercing at times, but overall, it's not a bad product so far. So far, so good. I get the feeling you're pretty heavily influenced by Muse, because when the chorus kicked in, I immediately felt like this was a Muse song. Absolutely. So I have a feeling you're a pretty big Muse fan, and I can see the influence. Let's keep going here. Let's see if I'm right about this guitar solo. Maybe I was wrong. Good power in the vocals. This guy is absolutely influenced by Muse. Absolutely. Okay, that section we just listened to with the build and the drums. Dun 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 black ching dun 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 black ching dun dun. I don't know about the blat. I would. What would I do? 2, 3. Bum, 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 bum. That sounds preschoolish. Maybe switch from an 8th to a 16th just for that one section. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4. Maybe that diddle ching. I don't know. I don't know what to do there. Bum 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 bum. It just sounds abrupt. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and blah, ching. It just that blah, just boom, that accented hit. It just feels very abrupt, especially coming in with a cymbal hit after it. I don't know what you would want to do that. Oh, maybe a triplet. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and dun, 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 dun. Oh, there we go. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and dun, 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and dun, 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 that feels good as long as if you do a dissension on the toms, dun dun dun. 1, 2, 3 on the toms. That might sound better. It just that accent hit, it just feels very awkward. So you definitely want to fill out the space a little bit more. And then on the last one, instead of doing the you could do, some big fill, or if you wanted right there, make that the accent, boom. And then, maybe even just leave it empty after that. Just boom, back into the groove. That might even work. I don't know. You definitely want to play with that. You want to make it feel less awkward for sure. I like the direction though. I love the build. The build's great. It's just how you're ending each phrase I'm just not super thrilled with. Let's keep going. We're almost done here. We're almost done with the first song. Let's finish this out. The strings. Nice. Good place to put them too. Okay, I like that. Like that. Here we go with those builds again. Feels awkward. I like the blackum. I like that. That's a good way to end it. Okay. It could use a little fine tuning, but I mean, you've got a great roadmap. You definitely have. And I would say honestly, about 80%, 80 to 85% of what you have here is just fine. Just a couple of tweaks here and there, and I think you're going to be set. Let's see. Yeah, let's do a review and then we'll get to the next song. I think that'll probably be the best way to go. Well, no, then again. Yeah, let's do the review. All right. I'll see you. Well, we'll do a review for this and then we'll go back and get the next one. All right. So I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Nova with Echo. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. I decided just to do a review for each song individually. That way I don't accidentally get, the 3 songs confused with each other. And I can do I can also give my honest feedback with, while still fresh in my head. So let's start off with the score. Did he want me to give a score? I think he did. So let's give it a score, just to be on the safe side. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.2. Yeah, 7.2. Believe it or not, that is the score that I feel this song deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, the 7.2. What does that mean? Well, it means it's a really good song. I think it's a really good song, and it deserves a really good score. It would get 4 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. So there you go, a 7.2, really good skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with this score? So glad you asked. Okay, listen. It needs some work. Clearly, I mean, you're not up in the 8s and 9s yet. So there are some things we could definitely tweak. First thing, that intro. If we can even it out somehow, either cut the second part when you add the instrumentation, add the guitars, add the bass, add the drums, cut that part in half, or double up on the keyboard. My recommendation. This is going to sound weird coming from me, double up on the keyboard. The keyboard line that you have in there, that synth line you have in there, it's nice. It's really nice. It sounds good, and it's a very pleasing way to lead into what's coming next. I might even recommend doing a fade-in, doing a linear fade-in with it. So, start out with like next to nothing. Start out at a 0. Double the length of the intro and have it fade in and have the apex of the fade in happen right when you come in with the other instrumentation. That's an idea. Might want to play with that a little bit. Let me see what else. We talked about the mix of the instrumentation, drums, bass, guitar. The only thing I might recommend is just ever so slightly bumping up the drums to the mix, just ever so slightly. And I'm seriously talking a hair, maybe 2, possibly. I don't even know if I would do that. Just bump it up a tad, just so it comes to a little bit more in the mix. Guitar tone sounds really good. I might consider making it a little more twangy, increase the highs a little bit, maybe even mess around with the pitch and the distortion level just ever so slightly. What you have right now sounds good, don't get me wrong. It sounds good just the way it is. I'm just trying to figure out ways you can maybe make it stand out a little bit more. Your bass tone, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch anything you're doing with the bass right now. Bass sounds fine. Vocally, okay. Pluses, great range. You have some really nice range on your vocals. You do. Your pitch sounds really nice as well. I didn't hear anything that was flat. There were a couple of things that were flat, but they were intentionally flat because you would transition up. You would just glissando intentionally up to the next note. So I mean, it's one thing to do it intentionally. It's another thing when you don't know you're being flat. I have a feeling you're being flat on purpose. Let's see, the pitch was good, range was good, your power. That's the biggest thing going for your vocals, I think. Your power, your projection, your support. I got no issue with any of those. Those sounded good. When you went up, it was in the last section where you were doing the vocals. When you went up, and whenever people go into falsetto, I always kind of worry they're gonna lose their support. You didn't. You kept your support, you kept your projection, you kept your power. Your falsetto did not get breathy, which I'm really happy to hear. Now your vocals, from that perspective, sounded good. The only thing I'm not thrilled about with your vocals is your vocal tone. I'm not gonna pull any punches here, man. It's very nasal tone-ish. You might want to look into maybe, possibly, getting some vocal coaching on that, on how to open up, utilizing more of your head voice and less here and more here. You know what I mean? And open up here. I don't know, but vocally it's pretty nasal, Tony. So you might want to work on that. The groove of the song, I think, was the strongest thing going for it. That doom dap dap doom ba doom doom bap dap doom ba. Man, that felt good. That felt really good. Very strong groove, very solid groove. You have your drums and your bass locked in with each other. They sound nice. The only thing I would say from a song structure standpoint would be the builds that we were talking about. You know that? Not a fan of that. The doom just sounds very awkward, very hollow. I would recommend doing that triplet fill. Dun 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 dun, something like that. Something that's not so abrasive, I guess would be a good way to put it. Okay, except for maybe the very last one. But when you did that on the very last one, for the very last time, you did the blapton, the snare kick. I like that. That's a very strong way to finish that phrase. I would absolutely copy and paste, Control C, Control V, what you did there for the other one as well. And if you didn't, just in case you didn't. No, that's a very strong ending doing it like that. But you definitely want to fill it out a little bit more rather than just block. I just, a little harsh. No, but other than that, I mean, I think you got a really good start here. You really do. I wouldn't call this a finished product yet, but you've definitely got a great start here. This could, with some tweaking, this could get up there. This could get up into the 8s. I could absolutely see it. Now, of course, everything I'm saying is just my opinion. Take my opinion for what it's worth. I'm not a music engineer. I don't pretend to be a music engineer or a producer. But I mean, I'm just saying, just from my own personal point of view, these are just some things you could think about maybe trying and see if it works better for you. So anyway, that's my opinion. 7.2. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. Let's move on to the next song, which would be All the Hollow Souls. So we're gonna check that one out, and I'll see you there. All right, here we go. Track 8, Nova, All the Hollow Souls. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
would do that break in the vocal. I don't know if I would do that. Yeah, you're doing that vocal ascension line from the octave to the 9 to the 10. When you hit that 10, you got that vocal break there. I know you're doing that intentionally. I know you are. I wouldn't do it. It didn't sound like it belonged. Like it sounded very out of place. I would have just kept it clean and just kept it clean all the way through. Maybe with a taper off, possibly. Everything else about the song, though, I'm digging. The feel, I love the heaviness of it. You have those couple of spots where you have the guitar coming with a chugga 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 chugga, that 16th note pattern, really chunking away on it. I like that. That I love it when that happens. That feels really nice. The bass movement, I like it. I like what's happening with the bass. When you're in the regular register, it's very rhythmic. Do 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 do. Very rhythmic, locking in with the drums, following along with the kick in particular. When you're going up on the neck, though, you can hear the straight the 16th notes. Very nice. I like it. It's very smart. When you're going up on the neck, switching the pattern, very, very smart. The guitar tone you have for this song, this actually sounds really nice. It almost sounds like the exact same tone you had on the first song you did. And it fits this song like a glove. Absolutely does. Wouldn't change a thing. Vocally, it's exactly what I said in the other one. Your power, your projection, your pitch, your range. I like all of that. You just got to work on that nasal tone. But other than that, it's fine. Just that, like I said, that one section where you added the little bit of a gravel there. I would just hold the solid note, maybe taper it. Either taper it within the mix, in post, or taper it yourself. I think tapering it yourself would sound more natural. I would definitely do that. Yeah, but don't get that pinch though, man. I don't know about that. Anyway, let's keep going here. Back to the halftime. Four, five, I like it. Let's get the 6/8. Like that. I like what you did here, bringing it down, going into the 6/8. Very smart. Bringing it up a little bit now. 4-4. Nice transition back to 4-4. Really nice transition back to 4-4. Very impactful. I liked that. That was nice. Man, I'm digging this tune. I like the ending too. Oh man. Oh boy. I like this. I like this. Oh man, I like this more than the other one. Okay. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Nova with All the Hollow Souls. Okay. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. Well, not, no, you know what? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm gonna give the score first. I'm gonna blow some people's minds here.
You might want to put on a helmet so it don't make a mess when I blow your mind.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to remember, folks, this is an unsigned artist, okay? No record label, completely self-reliant, self-made, self-funded. I mean, everything. He did everything himself here, okay? Believe it or not, I'm gonna give that an 8.1. Yeah, 8.1. Honest to God, that is the score I feel this song deserves. Let me tell you why.
Why?
First things first, an 8.1. What does that mean? Well, an 8.1 will translate to a great scale rating, so I think it's a great song. And I really and truly do believe that is a great song. It would get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. So there you go. 8.1, great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with this score for this unsigned artist? Well, so glad you asked. Listen, record labels quite often will take bands and bands that do well as independents, bands that do amazingly well as independents. And then along comes a record label who offers them support and financials and, tour opportunities, festival opportunities. They'll take care of the whole thing, sign here on the dotted line and become our property. And therein lies the problem. You are no longer a band, you are a commodity. You are now the record label's property. And the record label will do whatever they want with your music. They will completely change you if they feel they need to. I'm going to use a great example here, a band that I'm sure not many people on the channel have ever heard of, but you really should check out sometime. A band called Fair to Midland. When they were independent, man, they wrote some great songs, some great music. And then they got signed under from System of a Down, Surge, his record label. I think the record label name is Surgical Strike. And then they changed. Their sound changed. Their songwriting changed. Their direction changed. Their vision changed because that's what Surge wanted. It was so bad that the band ended up disbanding. so they could avoid getting hit with a whole bunch of lawsuits from their record label because they didn't fulfill their contractual obligation. They were that unhappy with Surgical Strike, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. You listen to their albums that they had prior to signing with Surgical Strike and compare them to what they released with Surgical Strike, night and day difference. It is a night and day difference. Folks, I'm gonna be straight with you right now. Signing with a record label doesn't mean jack squat. It just means that you're going to be signed with a record label. I know for a lot of bands, that's the goal. They want to sign with a record label. If we sign with a record label, we'll be famous. We'll make it. No, you won't. No, you won't. That doesn't guarantee anything. The only thing it guarantees is you sign with a record label who will give you financial backing as long as it benefits them, who will, financially support you for tours and with merch, which you will not really see a dime of. That's all going to the record label. They will finance your recording of your albums. Usually it's a 3-album deal, so they will finance, recording 3 albums as long as it's done with under their watch. So they will have 100% say over what gets released. And if you write a song that you think is wonderful and the record label doesn't agree with you, well, guess what? That song doesn't get released. Or it'll get released with changes. So getting signed with a record label doesn't mean anything, honestly, anymore. I always recommend bands stay independent. Sorry, but I do. We will never sign. I can tell you right now, my band will never sign with a record label. And we've had opportunities. We've had it's over 40 now. We've had over 40 record labels. Well, not over 40 different record labels. We've had 40 opportunities. A lot of the labels have come to us again. So we've had over 40 opportunities to sign a contract, and we have said no, absolutely not, because they want too much. They want to take over our licensing, our distribution, our publishing, our publications, our publishing rights. They want all the rights, which we'll never give up. And we know that if we do that, we're going to become their product, and we don't want that. This is a great example of what I'm talking about. This song right here. Here's the only problem I have with the song. Okay, let me rephrase that. It's not a problem I personally have. It's a problem that record labels are going to have. This song is, how long is it? 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay, most record labels are going to say, we need to edit that. We need to cut that down to under 5. We need to make this like a 4 minute and 30-second song. The first thing they're going to do is they're going to cut what I think is probably the best part of the song, which is that 6/8 section. They're going to cut that. I guarantee you they're going to cut that. Because they want a song. They want a hit song. They want a song that's, 3 minutes and 46 seconds. That's the target. That's the target time. It would be a shame to do anything to the song as far as editing goes, because I think the song is great on its own. I really don't want anything happening to this song. Everything. The intro makes perfect sense. I love the outro. I love the ending. I love the bridge section with that 6/8. Very smooth transition in and out of that 6/8, by the way. I like everything you did there, especially with the ending with the layout. That was nice. With just vocals only. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The tone, guitar tone, started just fine on this one. It sounds like it's almost the exact same guitar tone you had for Echo. Keep it for this one. Don't change a thing. Bass tone coming through, nice. I like what you were doing with the bass. The drums, nice patterns you were coming up with. Great fills you were coming up with to end each phrase. The only thing, be careful with the bass. When you're going up on the neck, don't stay up there for too long. You're gonna want to come back down to the bass register a little bit sooner, maybe. At times, I feel like you stayed up on the neck just a little bit too long. Vocally, I think the vocal performance on this was actually better than Echo. Still got the nasal tone. That's got to be worked on, obviously, but the power, the projection, the support, the pitch, all there. Great notational selection for your vocal work. The strings filling out the sound, that's a nice touch. Not overly used. I like that. You're not trying to become symphonic metal. You're just using strings as an accent here and there. Nice touch. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know it's a 7 minute and 15 second song. I'm going to be honest with you folks, that didn't feel like it. This song flew by. This song absolutely flew by. 7 minutes and 15 seconds felt to me like 6. When I paused, I thought we were about the 2.5 minute mark, and we were sitting here at like 3:15 or something like that. And I'm like, really? Really? Cool. That means the song's flying by. No, I had a great time with this song. This song was fun to listen to. A lot of growth, a lot of movement. I liked how you had that one section with the 4/4 to the 5/4. 4/4, 5/4. I like that. That was slick. That was sneaky. And then when you transition into the 6/8 section, that was gorgeous. Loved that. Loved everything about that. Ending with 4/4 though, I think that's definitely the smart move. No, I dug this song. I dug everything about this song. I think it's a great tune, which is why I'm giving it the great score of 8.1. So there you go. 8.1 for this one. So we got a 7.2 for Echo and an 8.1 for All the Hollow Souls. Now, what about Sociability? What about that song? Let's find out. Let's go check that song out right now. All right, here we go. 11, Nova, Sociability. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Little distortion on the bass, but not too much. Love the guitar and bass units in there. I like that. flange effect. That's nice. Love the bass. Ha! Are you kidding? Here we go again. Time flying by. I swear I thought we were about like the 3.5 minute mark. Good Lord, time is flying on this song. Well, there you go. I think that pretty much says everything. I'm digging everything about this song too. This is okay. This is not a criticism. This is more of a question. I'm just kind of curious. I believe it's the chorus. You're going 10, 9, 5 instead of 10, 9, 8. I'm kind of curious. What was the thought process there? Why 10, 9, 5 instead of 10, 9, 8? Because 10, 9, 8 would be a little more predictable. You're like 3, 2, 1, just an octave up. But instead you're going 10, 9, 5. It doesn't, okay, it feels a little awkward, yes, but it's not awkward in an unpleasant way. It's not displeasing to the ear. It makes sense to some extent. It's just not the typical. You know what I mean? It's not what you would expect. You hear that descending line from that 10 or take it 10 or 3, and then 9 and 2, and then 8 or 1. Take your pick. But 10, 9, 5 instead of 10, 9, 8. It's not predictable at all. But like I said, it doesn't sound bad. It doesn't sound bad at all. I'm kind of curious to know what was the thought process there. Like why did you select that? I mean, it sounds good. It's just, I'm just curious to know what you're trying to convey there. No, I'm digging this tune, man. I am. The groove is nice. The bass in this is fantastic. I love the bass. It is coming through very well, very cleanly. I like how you had the little bit of distortion at the beginning, and then when its job was done, you took it off. You didn't feel like you had to keep the distortion on the bass because you started with it. No, you used the distortion just to do a job. It came in, did the job, and when it doesn't need it anymore, you take it off. You have the courage to take it off. Good on you. So many other bands don't. I see the point for the distortion on some other songs from some other bands, and they'll start with bass distortion, and then for some reason they feel compelled to keep it on for the whole song, and it doesn't really add anything. It's like, why? See, smart move taking it off, I think. I think it's a really smart move. You don't need it. You don't need it. The guitars are going to take care of it from here on out. I love that one section where you had the guitar chord down low, sustaining the chord, while up on the upper, an octave up, you had the guitars and the bass playing a syncopated rhythmic pattern. Really nice. Really nice lining up with the drums. Vocally, you already know what I'm going to say, so I'm going to save it. I will say, though, I like the direction you're doing with the vocals on this, from the movement and the power. just like the last song. It's very much in the same vein. I like it. I really, really like it. Let's finish this out. We only got 1:15. Good Lord, I can't believe that. I swear I thought we were like the 3.5 to 4 minute mark. We're already at 5:13. Good Lord. Those string hits. Dun, 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 dun. I like that. Don't need it. Don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need it. We don't need this. Look at this ending here. Double up on this. Double up on this section here. Do that again. Doom doom ba ba da ba da doom doom ba ba da 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 bow. Hit the last note. Hit the last note. Have the strings take the lead. Fade out. Do a fade on everything. The guitar, the bass. Have that fade while the strings fade. Not fade behind it. So here are the strings. Here's the meat and potatoes of the song. The guitar, the bass. Have it fade while the strings keep. And once we're about 2/3 of the way through the fade of the guitar and bass, then start the fade on the strings. And have it go twice as long. Have the strings playing, sure, but fade them. We don't need a great big long orchestral piece at the end. Trust me, you don't. Fade guitar and bass drums. Start the fade on the strings. Right there. We don't need all this. This is all fluff. We don't need it. Yeah, this is all unnecessary. It's nice, it's pretty, but it's not adding to the song in any way. Song's over. Yeah, we don't need it. Cut all that out. Cut all of that out. Not necessary. The song was over. After the drum hits, it was over, man. Fade. Strings hold. Start the string fade. You know, that the last 30 seconds, not a fan. Not a fan. The ending definitely needs a reworking. I'm not a fan of that ending at all. At all. I don't see it going over well. Okay, let me get all of my thoughts together on this. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Nova with Sociability. That was the 3rd track I was given, 11th track on the album. So, now I'm gonna tell you what I think about this song. Okay, let's just get to it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that song a 7.5. Yeah, 7.5. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.5, what does that mean? Well, a 7.5 would translate to a really good scale rating, so I think it's a really good song. It would translate to 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go, a 7.5, really good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with this score? So glad you asked. Loved the beginning. Loved the intro. I love the fact that you had that bit of distortion on the bass, a nice growl to the bass, very nicely done. And what I was really impressed by is you didn't keep it. You had it for where it was needed. It came in, it did the job. And when it wasn't needed anymore, you took it off and had just a natural, nice bass tone going there. Smart, disciplined. I love everything about that. It shows that you had the courage to do it. It was very brave, because a lot of bands won't. A lot of bands will kick the distortion on the bass at the beginning, and they feel some sort of obligation for some reason to keep it. I don't know why. I do not understand why, especially when you have guitars, layered guitars, coming in doing distortion as well, to the point where the distortion on the bass is pointless. But yet it's still there. Don't know why. No, that was very smart, very brave. I absolutely appreciate it, and it was very intelligently done. The groove on the song, not quite as strong as the groove on All the Hollow Souls, but still a nice groove. I dug it. I dug the feel on this song. I dug the direction of the song. Weren't playing around with feel nearly as much as you did on All the Hollow Souls, and it stayed pretty straight ahead the entire song. Now, is there anything wrong with that? No, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with staying in 4/4 the whole time, if that's what you want to do. Just be aware that if your song gets to be over like 6 minutes and you're doing 4/4 for the entire time, well, it can get a little long in the tooth. Vocals, I'm gonna say the exact same things I said on the other song, so I'm not gonna do it. If you want to know what I thought about the vocals on this song, go back and listen to what I said about the other two songs. It's the exact same compliments and the exact same complaints. Okay. The direction of the song was nice. I dug it. The feel was good. The energy was good. The drive was good. I had a good time listening to this, clearly, because again, the same thing happened here that happened on All the Hollow Souls. I got to a point where I thought I was going to pause, and I thought it was going to be about halfway through the song. We're 3/4 of the way, and I didn't realize it. So I was clearly having a good time with it. That happened on 2 songs now. It didn't happen on Echo. Echo, I paused, and it was right about where I thought we were going to be. So I mean, I was not shocked by that. Not that I wasn't having a good time with Echo. I had a much better time with All the Hollow Souls and Sociability. My only gripe about Sociability, and it did affect the score a little bit. The score did come down, because I honestly had this song at about like a 7.7, 7.8. That ending, I'm trying to wrap my head around the strings. It doesn't seem necessary. I like the string usage throughout the song. Just like you did with All the Hollow Souls, hitting the string parts in strategic places, just bring a little accent, bring a little extra color, a little extra flair. I like that. But the ending, completely unnecessary. The song ended with the drums, dun 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 dun, and then the fill, dun 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 dun, boom, it hits. And then, like I said, you could just let that fade, just let the fade happen. Keep the strings going and fade them immediately after. You could seriously take about 45 to 55 seconds off the song, off the length of time on the song. Make it under 6. Make it like a 5.5 minute long song without those extra strings, because I'm gonna be honest with you, the strings didn't add to the song. It felt completely separated. It felt completely disjointed. I don't get the strings on the ending there. It just doesn't make any sense.
Dude, I don't get it. I don't get it either.
Try it. Try taking the strings, and like I said, keep the strings full, while you start to fade on the guitar and the bass, the sustain, or let the guitar and bass, start to, just let them decay naturally. And then the strings, when the guitar and bass get to be about the 2/3 of the way out, start the string fade. Linear fade them. Have them play what they're playing, sure, no problem, but linear fade it. Cut about, seriously, you can cut 45 to 55 seconds off, and I think you'll be just peachy, just fine. I was wondering, when we were getting toward the end, I was like, are they going to keep the strings going? Because the strings might be a lead-in to the next song. Now, if that was the case, I would say, okay, I get it. You're keeping the strings going for the sake of beginning the next track. Sure, no problem. But the strings completely cut out. The strings completely ended with like a 5-second gap between. So clearly the strings do not lead into the next song. So they're not necessary. They're really not necessary. I would cut them out. No, but it's a really good song. It's absolutely a really good song. I would absolutely give that a 7.5 rating all day long. That was fun to listen to. So in closing, when it comes to these three, I really dug All the Hollow Souls. I think that's my favorite song out of the three. No questions asked. Sociability, a close second. I would definitely give Sociability a second place rating for that. You change the strings up, and we may have a little bit of a contention for which one's going to be my favorite. It might change, but I think All the Hollow Souls will still be my favorite. Sociability would be my second favorite. Echo. Now here's the funny thing about Echo. Echo was my least favorite of the three, but if I'm being completely honest here, folks, I think as far as a hit song goes, like a song that I could see getting radio play, I think Echo might actually be the one that would be the most popular. I see Echo out of these three songs. Now, I'm not saying Echo's going to get radio play. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, out of the three songs, I think Echo would be the most likely to get radio play. I think it has the best chance of getting radio play. Number one, it's the shortest song. Number two, I think it's the most commercially available song between the three. It's the easiest one to follow. It's the easiest one to ingest. It's the easiest one to digest. It's the easiest one to interpret. And I think it's the hookiest song out of the three. It's definitely the most commercial. So if any of these songs can get radio play, it's going to be Echo, which is funny because out of the three, it's my least favorite. So anyway, there's where we are. There's where we stand. I hope you liked what I did here, Taylor. I know that we talked about this. We did discuss this. We came up with an agreement. I hope this is what you were looking for. I gave you my positive feedback. I gave you my honest feedback. Most of it's positive. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting to be as positive about this as I was, because usually, not usually, but there have been times I've been given, home projects, and I've listened to it and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna give it a 5, but that's being a little generous, No, this is up there, man. This is absolutely up there. It's amazing what people can do with, limited resources, Taylor was actually telling me he doesn't even have Pro Tools.
What did he say?
So he did this without Pro Tools. I want everybody to kind of sit on that for a second and let that marinate just a tad. No Pro Tools. He did this all on his own, like no budget whatsoever. He did everything himself. So I think that's impressive. It definitely shows what you can do when you have the right amount of talent and you have the right amount of drive more than anything else. I think this is a very, very strong first outing. I would definitely mess around with some of the ideas I gave you here. Try them out, see if you like them. If you don't like them, then don't use them, Ultimately, at the end of the day, Taylor, I'm just going to end with this. Ultimately, at the end of the day, Taylor, it's your project. It's your baby. It's your show. So if everything I said was just absolute, garbage, and you don't agree with a single thing I said, that's okay. It's only my opinion, and if you don't even want to try any of the ideas that I'm giving you, that's okay too. That's fine. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I'm not mad at that. I will absolutely accept that. All I'm going to say is this, though. in the future, if you want me to do more, don't ask for my opinion, because obviously you and I are on two completely different pages. So yeah, I would not waste your time then doing this with me, as well as other things. But no, if you do appreciate what I did, you do appreciate my input, and you want to try some of the things that I used, then by all means, go for it. I don't need to take any credit for it. I don't need, don't put in the liner notes, edit it or whatever. Don't put my name in the liner. You don't need to, man. I'm just giving you my honest feedback. And if you use it, great. Take the credit for it. If not, then that's fine too. This was fun though. I really enjoyed this. This was cool. So there you go, folks. One more time, just gonna run it down for you. Let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow. Echo, get us a 7.2, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars and a B letter grade. All the Hollow Souls gets an 8.1, which is a great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. And Sociability gets a 7.5, which is a really good scale rating, 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later, peace.